You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello and welcome to the Up the Turnpike post-game show. What is going on? I am Matt O'Leary. I'm joined as always by my good friend Mitch Anderson. Mitch, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, Mitch is very anti-sneeze, so he's going through it right now. But I'm glad that you got at least an Islanders win today on a day where you weren't feeling 100%. I'm doing a lot better after how that game ended. I was feeling pretty good up 2-1. I thought they'd be able to close it out. It unfortunately goes to overtime, but the Islanders pull out the win, so I'm feeling okay. Is there something up with the sound? Okay, how about now?
What about now, guys? Can you hear me? Let us know in the chats. Thank you in the chats for letting us know that you can't hear me.
Okay, it should be good now.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you ask me before?
Yeah, well, we were talking about Mitch was saying that he wasn't feeling 100%, but now I'm feeling in a good spot because the Islanders won this game. We could start breaking it down now for the Islanders. Sorry on the technical side. That's my fault.
No, it's all right. There's a on the back end, guys, there's a lot to do. So we do appreciate you saying what you're like, hey, we can't hear you. Very much appreciate it. So
it's a stupid StreamYard setting that I have to change every time I go in, and I wish it would just save it every time for our streams, but it doesn't, and I don't always remember to turn it on. So
yeah, this is on you, StreamYards, you jerks.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Very much.
All right, let's hop into this one, Mitch. Unfortunately, Islanders take a penalty almost right off the hop, and Timo Meier makes them pay.
Yeah, overall they had a bad first period, and it starts off horribly, and then the penalty kill just looks bad. Look at all the space that they're giving them. No one's really coming at the challenge, and then they eventually pull someone through the slot, and Timo Meier makes it work. Like that's a well worked power play for the Devils when you should be at your freshest with a clean sheet of ice. Like what are we doing here? So not a good sign. And I thought the rest of that first period did not go well for the Islanders, and it seemed like we're going great. Here's the Jekyll and Hyde situation once again.
Yeah, that was kind of my feel too, right? Like the Islanders get called for too many men on the ice 38 seconds into it, and they allow a goal 2:12 into the game. And it's like, that's just not how you want to start on the road, number one. But number two, like New Jersey going into this game was undefeated on home ice, and they were undefeated just in general when they scored the first goal. And like you just can't give a team like that an advantage early. And it took the Islanders to get their first shot of the game. The period would end up being 11-8 in shots, New Jersey with more, obviously. Yeah. But if you missed the first period and just looked at the box score and saw shots were 11-8, that doesn't look nearly as bad as what it felt like watching that first period.
No, the Devils were first to pucks all the time. They're doing great in the neutral zone, just kind of stopping anything that we had going forward. Our transition game wasn't that great in the first period specifically. It just looked, and then of course you have the 1 goal deficit. You're going great. We literally started with a 1 goal handicap, and we're playing like garbage. This is probably not going to end well for us. But Ilya Sorokin was doing the thing in that first period, and obviously he kept it up the rest of the way.
Yeah, for the game, really. We'll get into it, but I thought Ilya Sorokin was really good today. Thankfully, Mitch, someone else who is really good, Bo Horvat just can't stop scoring goals, Mitch. Into the second period we go, and Bo Horvat ties this game up just before the 7 mark of the period.
Yeah, just great stuff. They were much, much better in the second period, getting to loose pucks. Here, the pass by Kyle Palmieri. Great job by Kyle, not just in terms of where he put the puck, is what he did with it. Watch how he drags the play wide, opening up the space for Bo Horvat to skate into. Watch this. He takes it wide here. Boom. And then Bo attacks. Done. Wide open lane. That's a great play by Kyle Palmieri, but also great vision by Bo Horvat, who makes it look easy, doesn't he?
He absolutely does. I wanted to roll this one more time and pause it, because the play really starts here with Heineman.
Yeah.
And his play just getting it out of the zone and forcing an errant pass from the Devils.
Yeah, that's the speed kills, man, in this league, and he's got it. There's a couple of plays today where he was on the forecheck on his horse and made them make a really bad decision that, maybe didn't turn into our favor because we only scored the 3 goals, but just keeping them honest and trying to keep them simple. And so that it's great to see when Heineman is doing that. And again, speed kills in this league, and we've been on the receiving end of that for years. It's nice to see that finally we've got guys with speed.
Yeah, a little different in the second period. Shots 10-8. So Islanders with the same amount of shots, one less than New Jersey, but eye test wise, they played really well in that period, I thought.
Yes, absolutely. It was a lot cleaner. The transition game was better. The Devils are going to get shots. They're almost like the Carolina Hurricanes. They're shooting from everywhere, guys. So they're going to get more shots than we are by virtue of that. But I thought, had a better puck management game in the second period, which was great, obviously, because of the first one was shit. But it means that whatever Patty had to say in the second period worked. And that's, I don't know how to say it, but other than ideal.
Yeah, without a doubt. So 1-1 after 2. Mitch, in the third period, the Islanders would take a couple penalties. First, Cal Ritchie goes off for hooking, and then a Matthew Barzal high stick. And they got 2 really big kills. And Ilya Sorokin was playing really well, too, during this stretch. It was a mix of everything, right? Like the penalty kill looked a lot better. They had one at the end of the first that went into the second period that I didn't mention. Kyle Palmieri had a hooking call against Heischer that they killed off. So finally settled in, and it felt like they got some momentum off of that.
They really did. They got momentum off some good defensive play. There were a couple of breakdowns, and the Devils did some good job of moving the puck around and getting shots on the power play. But Ilya Sorokin doing the goddamn thing. I don't know if it was in the second or the third period where I think it was in the second, where he makes the extra push in the splits already. Not full splits, but kind of splits. He's in the butterfly position, but finds an extra inch or 2 out to stop one on the toe pick. Just excellent stuff there. But we developed a lot of momentum in that third period, and we weren't really getting a whole lot reward for it. We were getting shots here and there. We were getting attempts. I think in the third is where Jonathan Drouin gets that one, right? That Markstrom gets a toe on, and then Siegenthaler just jumps Superman style to push it out. But we finally got our just desserts when we got the power play. Yeah,
first power play of the night, and the Islanders convert. Matthew Schaefer picks up an assist. Kyle Palmieri doing some dirty work right underneath here. We'll get it. We'll see it get set up. Bo Horvat in from Schaefer, who holds and fires, and Palmieri's there to clean up the mess.
You watch when Schaefer throws it to the net, because you've already got Palmieri there, but watch where Jonathan Drouin there, right? Cutting in front of the net. Watch right here. See, he's seeing Jonathan cut towards the net. Now we're going to have 4 guys in front of Jacob Markstrom, which is why this puck ends up just falling on the ice and Kyle can poke it in. So he throws it because there's traffic, and then Kyle pokes it in. It's just such a smart goddamn play by Matthew Schaefer going, I've got nothing to pass it to, but I've got a screen in front of the goalie. Let's see what I can do. And it worked.
Yeah, absolutely. So Islanders take a lead with 2:53 left. The Devils would get pretty aggressive. The Islanders would ice it off the faceoff, and they would pull Markstrom immediately. Ended up paying off. They had to wait till 5 seconds left in the game, but the Devils get the tying goal. We'll play the visualization. Mitch, can you explain to me why Alex Romanov just leaves right there?
I have no idea. Can we get it back to where he leaves? Maybe there's something we're missing here. But like, he's here, he's got him.
If he just holds him along the boards, the clock expires. Like the shot, they never get it out to Nemec at the point, and walks it over and takes the shot. The game ends here.
I don't understand why he gives up on that. You've got Peugeot covering the guy behind him, so Romanov's going to cover a player who's already covered. What the hell was the point of that?
I don't know. And they were saying, Kyle was even saying it on the broadcast too. He's saying it a lot nicer than I was thinking it while watching the game. But he was like, yeah, I don't really know why Romanov left there. He was like, he held him along the boards and pretty much iced the game. And they scored with 5 seconds left. So that play likely doesn't happen if he just, holds him there for a few more seconds.
Yeah. So we got a super chat here from Gabe saying the Devils' last second goal almost made me rip my TV off the hinges. Barzy saved the TV. That's hilarious.
Gabe, thank you so much for the support and the super chat. Love that. And yes, thankfully the Islanders did save your TV. But not gonna lie to you, Mitch. 5 seconds left. There were how many times specifically against the Devils? I think it was 2 years ago, where they just melted down in the third period, ended up giving I think the tying goal and then the winning goal within the last minute of a game.
Often. Like, they keep things close at the Devils, but then they have a lot of skill and they just hem us into our own zone. And then we make dumb decisions like this thing with Romanov. And like Big Islanders fan is saying here, plus he has his back to Romo. Bad play. Damn it.
Yeah. It was just all around bad play. You're right. And that just even adds, which we didn't mention. Thank you for calling that out. He had the back to him. So you literally just hold him there for a few seconds, and they probably don't have enough time to get something set up. Just
It's
frustrating.
Absolutely frustrating, because these are things that they're fundamental. These are easy things to be taking. You got a chance to lock up a guy along the boards, you freaking do it. Especially when the clock is at within seconds, single seconds. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
You do this during the game for no particular reason. Why aren't you doing it now?
I also want to pull up Mikey's comment here. He says, I was at the game, crazy, and shout out to the Devils fans who were a lot of fun. It seemed like the crowd was really good. Like, it felt split, and I'm sure Mikey could tell us more if that was the case, but it felt like a good back and forth between the Islanders and the Devils fans, which is good. Like, that's what you want, obviously, in these rivalry games.
Yeah, it's a more healthy rivalry, right? It's not as toxic as the Rangers one, which I believe it's more toxic in the stands than it is on the ice at this point.
Yeah, hard agree there. I don't have that same ill will towards the Devils. More so, like, I feel the same way about the Devils than I do just about like any other team in the Islanders division. Like, obviously don't like any other team in the division, but the Rangers one is different. I'm sure they feel the same way.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. But they force overtime, which I wasn't stressed about. I was going, great. Now we're going to have to probably not score in overtime, but we're going to go to a shootout, and it's going to be awful. And my God, it was stressful in overtime.
Yeah, Matthew Barzal saved the day. Ryan Pulock tried to give this game away. We're going to see it right here. The audible gasp I let out right there was just absurd, because that's 86 is Jack Hughes. And then Barzal comes in. Nice play from Barzal to Druin, back to Barzal to win it. We'll watch it one more time as I had a mini panic attack right here on this.
Right here.
Oh, thank you, Barzal. Great stick work, heads up ice, gets in alone, beats Markstrom, game, set, match.
Yeah. I like how Jeremy's saying here, Jasper Bratt just quit on the back check. Ouch.
Did he? Okay, I'll pull it up one more time and I'll leave the comment up. I didn't. Let's see.
So watch him here. I believe he's number 86 there.
No, 63. 86 is Hughes.
Sorry, there you go. Yeah, right. Watch here.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he really did. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so good job by Barzy for, as you said, poke check that puck clear and then work it towards Drouin, who did the thing and finish it off ish to get it back to Barzy and make a great move on Jacob Markstrom, who was fantastic this game.
Yeah, I thought both goalies played well in this game. Honestly, it was a good game, right? A 3-2, like that's a pretty standard hockey score, right? And that shows that it was an evenly matched and good game. And someone said it earlier. I want to pull it up here. I don't know who it was exactly, but essentially, like, oh, here we go. Love how well they've turned it around in defense, says Anthony. And this is more like it, right? Like, it's not like a 5-2 game. It's not a 6-4 game. And scoring's fun. Like, I get that, but this is a little bit more normal, right?
Exactly. It's healthy. It's sustainable. You can play this way and win games clearly. You shouldn't have to win games 5-4. That's not sustainable at all, unless you have a team full of superstars like the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, they could win games that way. That's a little different.
Yeah, we can't sustain that. So we win again. We've allowed 3 goals over the last 2 games. Amazing.
Yeah, love to see it. All right, let's take a look at these box score numbers. Mitch, shots on goal, 35 for the Devils. Islanders had 25. Isles slightly better in the faceoff dot, 54.8% to 45.2% for the Devils. What we're doing the gimmick, we're going to take a look at JG Pajot in the face-off dot.
I'm going to say 52%.
57.1, a down night for him. He's usually 70%. 57.1 is very good, by the way. This is very tongue-in-cheek. He's just been on fire with that recently. His face-off percentage is actually going to go down on the season with a 57.1%. That just kind of shows you how insane he's been to start the year, but I had to pull that one up. Power play, Islanders 1 for 1 on the power play. Love that. They went 1 for 4 on the kill. After the first one, they settled in pretty nicely there. So you'll take that. Yeah. Penalty minutes were 8-2. Islanders with more hits. Islanders had 17 to the Devils 13. Islanders blocked 19 shots to the Devils 11. Giveaway numbers, Mitch, 20 giveaways for the Devils. Islanders only 12. I'm a little surprised by that because I thought the first period felt like it was just a ton of turnovers for the Islanders.
I mean, most of those are Romanov Mayfield.
Yeah, it's got to be right.
The pair together. I don't actually know that, but they were so garbage together today that it wouldn't surprise me if they account for most of these.
They supposedly one apiece giveaway wise for them, but eye test tells a different story, I would say. Takeaways, just 4 for the Islanders, 3 for New Jersey.
Yeah, so you win the puck management battle, at least in the overlying stats, right? You have if we're doing the plus minus in terms of puck management, you have a -8 to their -17. So that's a big difference. You were able to keep control of the puck a lot better than they were. And not that that directly results in wins, but it certainly friggin' helps if you're doing everything else right.
100%. All right, let's take a look at the time on ice, Mitch. Who leads the way for Islanders forwards?
It better be Bo Horvat. He deserves it.
He was third at 17 minutes and 45 seconds. He had a 2-point night. He had a goal and assist. He's been awesome. I was surprised. Simon Holmstrom led the way. 18 minutes and 18 seconds for Simon Holmstrom. Pajot second, 18-17 by 1 second different.
Do you think that that's kind of a dangle to Maxim Tsiplikov from Patty? Because he made that kind of dangle earlier today, talking about Tsiplikov's ice time and deployment, saying like Simon Holmstrom started on the 4th line, worked his way up from the 3rd. He's now on the 2nd line, and now he leads the team in ice time because he's doing everything right. So Tsippy, you want more ice time? Look, I'm giving it to him if you play right.
Maybe. I wasn't thinking that, but you bring up a good point there.
Yeah, although like Mississippi did not play well again today, I thought. So it didn't work.
No, I would say not so much. Who had the least, Mitch?
Oh, I'm going to say it's Callum Ritchie.
That would have been my guess, but just slightly edges out Casey Cizikas. So Cizikas had 927 for the fewest. Ritchie 933.
Yeah, I know at one point during the game in our Discord, PS join our patron and you get access to our Discord. One of our patrons was asking why Cizikas was on the penalty kill. He's usually a good penalty killer. He was today. I assume it was just like changing it up a little bit because maybe Bo Horvat had double shifted previously. Same thing with Pajot. It may have been like a second power PK unit type of thing. So perhaps that's why. But Cizikas did not have a bad game, but he didn't have a good one either.
No. As for the defenseman, Mitch, what are you feeling here?
God, I assume Ryan Pulock just because he got out on overtime.
It is by a pretty healthy margin, 23 minutes and 25 seconds.
He was okay for most of the game outside of that really, really dumb play in overtime.
Yeah, that's going to be the one that stands out. It was stupid. You can't make that mistake. But I agree with you. Outside of that, I thought it was a good night from Pulock.
I thought Pelech was pretty good today, too.
I've been saying it. I think Pelech and Pulock have been okay for the Island for most of this year. They've had their moments, more so Pulock than Pelech. I think Pelech's been pretty steady Eddie the whole year. But I think Pulock settled in and been okay for most of this year.
Yeah, agreed. Least Tony DeAngelo again.
Yeah, I was at 1328. The next closest was Pelech at 1847. I was going to say, I did not notice him out there a ton early in the game. As the game went on, I felt like in the 3rd period, we saw him a little bit more. But I did not notice him out there a ton tonight.
That's kind of rough. Not anyway, the way I want to mean that is it's rough when you think about what our defense is capable of doing in a bad way. You got the Mayfield Romanov pair that just can't make a 10-foot pass to save their life, giving away pucks when they're not even under duress, just trying to pass it to themselves. So they can't play together. And then you got Tony DeAngelo, who the team doesn't trust to play him for more than 15 minutes type of thing, which, fine, whatever. But that's 3 guys out of your 6 that you can't play for more than 15 minutes. That's not good, man. That's not a good recipe.
No, it's certainly not. But a good recipe is Ilya Sorokin with how he's played in net now. 33 of 35 for 2 goals against and a 943 save percentage. That's 3 out of his last 4 starts, Mitch. He was the shutout against the Rangers, the 943 tonight, 889 against Boston, but then 957 against Washington. So 3 out of the last 4 have been really good.
Yeah, man, he's turning a corner. We still need to see a full 10 games before we can finally say, yes, he's absolutely back. But it looks good, man. It's getting there. I like what I'm seeing. Obviously, why it'd be weird if he didn't.
It would be. Let's close out with some comments, Mitch.
Yeah, we got a very active chat. PS, like and subscribe if you have not yet. Although if you're chatting, you already had to subscribe because we made you do that. Okay. Jeremy starts off with saying, as much as I like Barzal with Horvat, by separating them, it spreads out the other team's shutdown defensemen and forces a couple of checking lines. The bonus is when Peugeot's line kicks in goals. That's the kicker.
And they have for the most part this year. I know tonight they didn't. It was the big guns, the guys you would expect in Horvat, Palmieri, and Barzal. But we've talked a lot about that line with Peugeot, and they've been good most nights.
Yeah, absolutely. You have the ability to spread them out because you have a line like Peugeot's doing the thing. If you didn't have that, you wouldn't have the ability to split them up. So that's great. Keep going down here. We've got from KLB saying, I said it Saturday and I stand by it. We are winning the cup.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. From Big Islanders fan, I think I said this one already, but nice win. But what the hell is Romanov thinking on the game time goal? If a player has his back to you, you should have taken him to the boards. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
I don't understand. You don't have to run him in. You don't have to board him. Just like staple him there. What are we doing here?
It just eats up more time. They were in the kill the clock situation. Like that seems like a no brainer, but whatever. They ended up winning.
Yeah. Nick Annette is asking, do we not understand the concept of possession in overtime? Asking for a friend. We gave it away like almost immediately.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah. What else do we got? Steve Portel, I was there and we played tough, but a lot of fixes to correct. Sorokin was unbelievable.
Sorokin was unbelievable in this game. That was that was one of his better performances on the year. I know he had the shutout, but back-to-back games, right? They decide we're going to go back to you after the shutout, and that decision paid off for Patrick Waugh.
Yeah, it's just absolutely phenomenal here. Dixon Urias. Love it. Islanders did Islanders things to get to OT, then tried really hard to do Islanders things in front of their own goal and in OT, then made it happen.
Yeah, they did.
Man.
Thank God they did.
Thank God they did indeed. Danzig saying finally made it to one of these. What a game. Sorokin, Barzy, Horvat, all were great.
Yeah, and the Islanders' best players were good tonight. That's exactly what we need to see.
Yeah. Cold-blooded clown out of boys. Find a way to win against a good team. Why did they just clear the puck for 3 minutes straight at the end with an empty net? One pass and maybe we get a goal. Otherwise, a solid game. Yeah,
they did ice the puck a lot. It felt at least 2 or 3 times in that sequence at the end. It felt a little panicky, I thought, right? Like they got the puck and it's like, I just got to get it out instead of taking a beat and trying to look for a better outlet pass to set up something towards the net. But good call out.
Yeah, I think it's just there wasn't any clock management with them. Like that's what you do when you're already under a minute, but they're doing that when you've got 2 minutes. It worked, so whatever. Maybe we're nitpicking here, but it's only fair to nitpick, man.
Yep.
Gary saying Schaefer's looking so good. He has drawn 11 penalties this season, second most in the league.
Yeah, and picked up a point tonight too, which is good. Obviously, love to see that. He has just been as exceeded any expectation I had for a rookie.
Yeah, it's only gonna get better. He's only 18 years old. I have to keep reminding myself that he's only 18 years old. That's wild. He's just gonna get better than this.
It is.
We have from where was I exactly? It was. Yeah, okay, there it is. From Richard saying it was a great Islanders win. Please reminder to wear your red poppies tomorrow for veterans. about you guys today? Tomorrow's Remembrance Day, so November 11th.
Yeah, tomorrow's Veterans Day also. So
there you go.
Love that. Good call out.
Yeah. Connor saying we won the Noah dub. Sorry, meant to say the Emil Heineman trade.
Yeah, where were you when the Islanders acquired Emil Heineman? That's what we're all been saying.
Who doesn't put up a point today, but was so goddamn good off the puck, or not even off with it. Yeah, he doesn't get an assist or a goal, but he's doing everything the right way, and he deserves to be on that top line.
He was a big reason for that Bo Horvat goal, though. Yeah. Like we called it out. His play along the boards, like that really set up that goal. And look, I think we got to be honest here, Mitch. We were a little wary of the decision to play him with Bo Horvat to start the year, but he has absolutely earned it and should stay there.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. We were like, maybe we should change him. We should put Holmstrom up there, and then proved us wrong, man. Yeah. Love to see it.
He's been great. Love it so far.
Yeah. From Kyle Brush saying the Isles are finally fun to watch, but not being able to close out the game speaks volumes that there is another level that they aren't at yet. And that's totally true. They're not at that level yet.
No,
that's okay. We didn't expect that this year. And I'm sure Kyle also is saying that I didn't expect them to be, but they're doing good things and there's still another level they can hit.
Exactly. Correct. And that's a totally fair point to call out. And I think, like you just said, Mitch, we have been very clear on this show what our expectations are for this year. We are looking at this season as an evaluation year. If they win games, fine. It's like games like tonight where your good players rise to the occasion and play well. That's a good thing. But there are going to be some moments with this team because, as Kyle's saying, they're not quite there yet, and that's okay. We're just gonna have to live with that.
Absolutely. So we're just gonna have to live with it, but we're still in the infancy of this rebuild, retool. So great stuff here. What do we got? Here's from PAF. Romanov is teaching the players and the fans 4D hockey chess. Pressing that player is what they want you to do.
It is. It is what they want you to do, and you should do it in that situation.
I like that. James Farrell saying, I don't know why refs were reviewing the Devils' last goal. Clearly a goal.
Yeah, that was clearly a goal. I don't know why they stopped it either. I don't know what they were looking at. They never really said, but whatever. In
the Discord, again, hit up our Patreon if you want access to our Discord channel with the 100 plus Islanders fan. 130, I think we're at now. And Ryan raised a good point. Like maybe they're looking to see if the puck went over the glass, like touched the netting.
Okay.
He was speculating because we don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense because it couldn't have been offside. The faceoff was in the zone. There was clearly no goalie interference. So what else could it be?
Yeah, I don't know. There wasn't goalie interference, no high stick. There wasn't anything. So maybe they just wanted to make 100% sure, but I don't really get it. Andre adding some context to what we're talking about when it comes to dangling the carrot for Maxim Tsiplikov. Holmstrom can play with pace. Tsiplikov can't.
On the money, Andre. You're absolutely on the money with that one.
Yeah. From PS saying, did anyone think when he was drafted, this being Ryan Pulock, just how few goals Ryan Pulock would score? Such an overrated shot.
I mean, his first couple of years in the league, I think he has a 10-goal season under his belt.
I thought he had a 12-goal season too.
No, he has two 10-goal seasons in 2017-18 and 19-20. Since then, though, 2, 5, 5, 5, 5. He write him in for 5. He has 0 so far, but each of the last 1, 2, 3, 4 years, he scored 5 goals.
He's just never able to put himself in a position where he can get that shot and even the shot off. And even when he does, he misses the net like 90% of the goddamn time.
Yeah, it is weird how his game has kind of evolved, right? Because his first 3 years in the league, 32 points, 37 points, 35 points. And, was still a good defenseman the following couple of years. And there was a shortened season with COVID and a couple injuries mixed in. But yeah, not the goal scorer that I thought they were getting when, early on in his season had 10, 9, and 10 goals to start.
Yeah, exactly. From Gary saying, don't forget to like and subscribe. 140 plus watching. Way to go. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone hanging out. These are a lot of fun. Especially after wins, I feel like the vibes are a lot better in here, but we do this for all 82 games. So come hang out with us.
Yeah, exactly. So Sauce production, I thought Barzal was terrible before overtime. New Jersey was getting physical with him, and it felt like he was turning it over a lot. What do you think of that?
I did think that's why I was surprised with the turnover numbers in the box score. It was, hang on, I'm pulling it up right now. 12 giveaways for the Islanders they were listed with, but I thought Barzal was having some issues out there, but when it mattered most, he made a big play. So he salvaged it, but I don't think that's unfair for Sauce Productions to point out.
Yeah, that's fair. It wasn't really a banner night for that. Even that second line, just the Drouin, Holmstrom, Barzal line, it wasn't doing very well, but it wasn't awful. It just, they could have been better.
Yep.
From big time saying bring Higgins home. You think that'll ever happen?
Maybe at some point. I don't think in the next year or two. I think it might take a little while.
Yeah. From Max TGG, at this rate, McDavid would rather be an Islander than an Oiler, given how they've been playing.
You should have extended, should have demanded a trade to the Island. That's what should have happened here.
Yeah. Jay Perminian, wonder if we keep going this way, if this is still, if they still try to move Pajot. I think so.
I would think so also, but we'll see, right? Like we don't know what the standings are going to be looking like in February, when that, I feel like that's when we really start to see the movement, January, February, right up into the deadline.
Yeah, agreed. From Dylan's, I don't see why D'Angelo's getting so much hate right now. I think he's playing fine. I think he's okay, but I think he's playing to his potential, and that's 12 to as a 6th defenseman. I think that's fine.
Less is more with him right now, personally. I think.
Yeah, Andre's adding something here, and I know I saw it earlier, so I'm going to say it again. Or going to say it this time that he says it. Was so ticked off at D'Angelo for smashing a stick on a power play during practice. He called him out.
Okay, I missed that from earlier.
So maybe, but like that seems like a nothing burger. Don't guys always smash their sticks? I know it's practice, but like still.
Yeah, I don't. Yes, we see it. We do see it a lot. I don't know of the rest of the context with it. But maybe there's something there with Patrick Waugh and D'Angelo.
Yeah. From Aaron B, any comments on the prospects? Aitchison lining it up in the OHL is exciting. Yeah, man, he's absolutely delivering. He's killing it. It's going to be, what do they do with him next year? We talked about in the last show. I think it's going to be AHL for him. But he looks friggin' great. So far, so good, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So far, so good.
And then Cole Eiserman could very well be back this weekend.
That's the greatest gift of all, right? We were all very, very nervous with the injury. And thankfully it feels, knock on wood, that there's no setbacks and he's going to return rather quickly from this.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll close it out here with PSing. I'm dreaming of Schaefer, Ritchie, Aitchison, and Eiserman and Eklund. But I want to focus here on the Ritchie part, because there was a few comments earlier here saying that Ritchie should, it's not fitting well on that fourth line. It should probably either be bumped up the lineup or put in the AHL. I think it was Nick Canetta who said it. I'm just remembering here. Yes, Nick Canetta. Not a fan of Ritchie on the fourth line. He's got to be playing middle six or send him back down to the 8. No need for another Nino Bailey situation. What do you think about that to close it out?
If they're not going to take Zizekas out of the lineup and they're going to play him with Zizekas and Siplikov, then I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't think he had a great game today, did Ritchie? Obviously, he took the penalty, but there's more so than that. He was kind of getting lost out there, I felt like. So there's a good player there. I'm not worried about that. It's just, I think at this point, he needs time to settle down. And I believe we may have brought him up a little bit too early.
Yeah, maybe. And like, he's still a young kid. I don't think the book's written on Callum Ritchie, nor do I think anyone who's saying like what they're saying. Like, he's played 12 games and he's 20 years old. Just give it a second here.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it, but I agree. Like, I don't know if we should keep playing him on the fourth line. It's just not working.
No, it's not.
So, and that's it. Let's close it out.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out for another post-game show. West Coast trip begins. Islanders back in action on Thursday. We'll have you covered right here on the YouTube channel and on Patreon, patreon.com/uptheturnpike. 2 bonus podcast episodes a week. Discord community of Islanders fans. Sign up. Link in the description down below. I'm Matt O'Leary. He's Mitch Anderson. We'll catch you guys next time.